Hi, I'm Luana Rubin from Equilter.com here in Boulder, Colorado, and we are so lucky today to have Betty Busby here, and we are having an opening here to celebrate her exhibit. What is the name of the exhibit?
On and off the wall. We have on the wall and off the wall.
Great. So this show is going to be here for a month, and we're going to have a look and have her tell us about 3 of her pieces in this exhibit.
I wish you're cooking.
So tell us about this fabulous piece behind us.
I love natural processes. Lots of what I do is determined by the paint itself. I work wet on wet. I let the paint dry by itself, so I get this kind of modeled surface. I'm also really inspired by natural images. There's no up, there's no down. When you get to a microscopic level, you can color it any way you want. And to me, it's all about the color and all about the texture.
And your texture is amazing. And I'm seeing some iridescence in there too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes,
so
there's
not dye, but paint. Is that correct?
This is all painted, and it's a combination of silk, cotton, and non-woven fabrics.
Okay. Oh, non-woven. So tell us a little more about that.
Well, it's non-woven fabric, and I cut it up very elaborately because I don't want to get the fraying edges that I get with fabric, and I feel that it sets off the silks and the cottons very nicely.
Oh, it does. And there's a real crisp edge. And I thought maybe
Exactly.
you burned it or laser
Exactly.
cut it. But
Yes.
you're cutting it by hand?
No, this is burnt.
Okay.
This is
Cool.
with the heat cutter.
All right. You want to show us another one?
Of course.
Well, tell us about this sculptural piece. This is so interesting.
This is called In the Weeds, and it is composed very simply of painted silk and cotton on the inside, and then it has a heat stiffenable batting, so they stand up. And this kind of harks back to my past as a potter. And one of the first things that you learn when you learn to make pottery is the cylinder. So one of the first forms that I started with when making these sculptural forms in fabric was a cylinder.
And they're so organic. I mean, you really have a feeling that they're going to come alive or something might crawl out of it.
Well, again, with the whole theme of lack of control, you know, I do form these around the cylinder, but then I let the tops flare out where they want to flare out.
Oh,
I like that element of randomness.
and a very organic process, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
Good. And let's see one more of your pieces here.
All right.
Yeah. So this piece, this is a holy quilt. Tell us about this holy quilt.
This is called multicellular because it's not any real cells in particular. I just tried to tell the story with the different size and shape and placement of the holes. And it's got many different layers. It's got a base layer of acid dyed silk. And on top of that is a knit that's unraveled. And I love the way that like when you get ladders in your stockings, I love the way the knit looks when it's pulled apart. So I took the whole entire quilt that was made out of the knits and the silks, and I cut it apart, and I inset this non-woven material in there, and sewed these circular shapes on the top, which you may have ascertained are hair ties.
Oh, I did not see that.
They're hair ties.
Yeah, and you know there's another three-dimensional design element here with the shadows.
Yes, you're meant to see it through it to the wall. It also has a lighting system that goes with it, that goes along the top to backlight it,
Cool.
depending on where it's installed. But yeah, you can see through that, and I burned more holes because more dots are better.
Yeah, right. Well, I just want to say that I met Betty for the first time in New Zealand. This woman travels all over the world teaching, and go ahead and plug where you're going to teach next.
We are going to be here next year at the Dairy Center at the end of August 2017. I believe the classes start on the 25th or 27th of August next year. So hope to see you here.
Yeah, and Equilter is going to be a sponsor of that event. It's going to be called The Next Show. So watch for that. We'll be sure to tell you about it in our newsletter. And Betty, thank you so much, and it's so great to see you again.
Thank
This
you for
time-
coming by.
Yeah, this time I didn't have to go to the other side of the world to see you.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.